Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Comics Amino podcast, Comics Amino and YouTube's exclusive podcast for Comics Amino. Today, I have the second panel for the Comics Amino podcast, and we've gotten guests starting with Robin the Girl Wonder.
Hi, I'm Ashley, otherwise known as Robin the Girl Wonder. I'm the leader of Army of Robins and a longtime user on here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Our second guest we've got is Columbox, making his return.
Hi.
Fantastic.
I was on last time. You probably didn't notice. I was the guy in the background.
And now we've got Shane.
Hey everybody, I'm Shane, otherwise known as Shane. I'm a long-term member on Comics Amino, and you probably forgot about me from last episode.
Okay, so we're going to start with topics. We've got multiple. So our first topic is the Black Widow movie. One of the main characters from the Avengers franchise that has not received her own solo movie yet, but now it is seeming that she does have a scriptwriter for her own exclusive movie. And that's something that I think is pretty interesting, considering that, she's been around for such a long time in the MCU. And now, like, they're saying in 2020, she might get a movie. So that's after 4 Avengers movies, maybe more. And so many other, like, appearances in the MCU. So I'm just wondering what your guys' thoughts is on having a Black Widow movie coming out so late in the game.
It won't sell action figures.
It'll sell a lot of different types of figures.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Ashley?
I have no idea.
I think we should leave it at that.
Yes.
I like how I think this confirms that Scarlett Johansson will be staying around in the MCU for a while now, apparently. And that just gives me hope for everyone else. It's about time that Black Widow got her movie.
I agree.
I wonder why she never got it.
I saw The Incredible Hulk not too long ago, and I was thinking the entire time, how come this character gets his movie first? Like, I know The Incredible Hulk is a very important character, but Black Widow gets pushed all the way to 2020, and this character gets the first movie. It wasn't even that good.
They didn't even They didn't even keep Eric Norton around.
I know, and he's a good actor.
I'm a good actor.
Wait a second, Eric Norton?
His name is not Eric Norton.
Yeah, it's definitely not Eric Norton.
It's Norton something. It's something Norton.
Edward Norton. There we go.
Edward Norton. I was just watching Birdman
the
other day, and I was just like, yeah, Edward Norton.
I just like, it's Norton, but I definitely know it's not Eric Norton. I liked him. I think he was good, but I definitely am enjoying Mark Ruffalo as well.
Oh, speaking of Mark Ruffalo, with the Black Widow movie, are we going to see more of that weird
the whole Black Widow relationship
Is it going to be,
that no one asked for?
I think it's going to be an origin. It's going to be an origin for her.
I don't think so. We got a little bit of it in Age of Ultron.
We sort of got glimpses of it in the Age of Ultron. I mean, like,
I'm really excited for a Black Widow movie.
We also got glimpses of Spider-Man's origin in Civil War, but he got his own movie. But that didn't have anything to do with his origin.
Well,
we never really saw his specific origin. We never even heard, like, a word from Uncle Ben. We never heard anything about...
We never even got any origin in his actual movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, we don't know, like, how he got bit, where he was when he got bit. We don't know if it was at Oscorp. We don't know if it was just, like, at a field trip at this random museum. Or, like, not museum, but, like, a science fair.
But if it's not an origin story, what exactly is a Black Widow movie going to be?
Okay, so this is something that I'm pretty interested in, because I think you can make a really, really cool James Bond-esque, Mission Impossible-esque movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think that's the most...
That would be so cool!
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I mean, you've already gotten a taste of it, the spy espionage thing with Winter Soldier, and everybody loves Winter Soldier, so I feel like if they can replicate it with Black Widow... I mean, like, Black Widow is already a big part in that movie, so...
I hope they bring back Batroc.
Batroc
him?
The Leaper?
Yeah, remember him in Winter Soldier?
That was actually a really fun fight.
Yeah, I want
the
more
boat?
of that guy because I love Batroc. He's so Batroc.
Is it Batroc? I think you're Baltroc?
Batroc? Botroc? It doesn't matter. He's never had his name said anywhere.
Batroc's on the move.
Oh boy. But yeah, I think the Black Widow James Bond-esque movie would be really, really cool. You can kind
It
of
could be
go,
kind of like Mission Impossible.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was thinking that I wrote a blog about this a while ago on Amino, because I was really excited about the idea of a Black Widow movie, and I was thinking that you can maybe have, yeah, it's a little bit of a plug. But I had the idea that you could bring like Jeremy Renner back as Hawkeye, and that you can put in a MODOK, and you can explore one of those agencies or like one of those groups that are villainous in the Marvel universe that hasn't been
Ooh.
explored, like
AIM.
Roxxon or AIM or
Yeah, I want them to bring Roxxon into this because, like, I always liked all of the Roxxon Thor stuff,
hmm
and I just want that to come to this big screen.
Right now we've seen Roxxon in the MCU and like head nods and like small mentions, and
Yeah.
it's also in the trailer for Cloak and Dagger, and they might be a villain in that, which I'm really excited for. But right now we're just kind of up in the air about what Roxxon is doing and what its presence is in the MCU.
Along with that Black Widow movie, wasn't there talk about trying to get Jeremy Renner for the Hawkeye movie?
There's gonna be a Hawkeye movie?
There's gonna be a Hawkeye movie. Might be.
Really?
Well, I think
I
that's just as rumored as the maybe.
I
think there's
really
more
hope so,
demand
though.
for the
Like,
Black Widow movie.
I just want to see a screen adaptation of like Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. Just that beauty.
I'm
of a
surprised it
comic.
took so long to get a Black Widow movie.
Well, I mean, I wonder why.
I mean, the Spider-Man movie coming out like a year after they get the license, and it's like they didn't
Well,
really
it
get the
could
license,
be
but
the
you know, it's a dual
Mhm.
project. But I digress. Like Black Widow's a pretty popular character.
But I want to restate that this is still in fact a rumor, and that the Black Widow movie has not been confirmed, and this could be all just stuff
Yeah,
that
it could all
just
be just
never
BS.
happens. Yeah, exactly.
I
So-
really hope not.
Yeah, I hope not, because I think
That'd
the
be
Black Widow
nice.
movie has a
Sad.
whole lot of potential.
Like, I don't even
some
like
pretty cool-
I don't even like the Marvel movies or DC movies. I don't even like comic movies that much. But I mean, I just want this to happen. I don't even.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I'm not
even
a
need to be
big-
good. It just needs to happen.
I'm not a big Marvel person, but I would definitely see a Black Widow movie because she
So,
seems
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
very interesting character.
I think everyone was able to kind of give off feel on there, so I think we are ready to move on to Brian Michael Bendis, right? In Action Comics number 1000. So
Oh boy!
We've already
he's
known-
not writing the whole thing. He's just
Oh
doing
yeah,
the
he's
story in it.
So let me give a little bit of background for Action Comics 1000 and Brian Michael Bendis. So we already know that Brian Michael Bendis has been a longtime writer at Marvel. He's written many books like Alias, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man, whole bunch of books. Some good,
Basically,
some not so
everything.
good.
Civil War 2.
Yeah,
Shh, we don't speak of that.
but yeah, Brian Michael Bendis has reportedly moved to DC Comics and is now writing books there. And while he's probably going to get ongoing books soon. We don't know what that is going to be yet.
Hopefully, it's Justice League.
Yeah, hopefully it's Justice League, because
Mhm.
Justice League has kind of been a mediocre book at best.
I don't
Yeah.
really like him going on a team book, though.
Uh,
I think he works better with individual characters.
I think that's also a good point. But regardless, he is moving on to Action Comics number 1000, which is a huge $30 issue coming out this year. That's going to have many stories of Superman from the past, present, and they're going to be all compiled into this one big $30 issue with stories, some written by Brian Michael Bendis.
I don't like the idea.
I think it's stupid.
I think it's really cool. It's a really, really big book, which makes it earning of the $30 price tag. So I think you're gonna have some stories.
I just
Is it
don't
older
like
stories
the
or
idea
new
of Brian Michael Bendis being with the book. Like, even if it's just like a couple of stories maybe in it, I just don't like the idea of Brian Michael Bendis, the greatest Marvel writer of all time. I'll just straight up throw that out there.
I
Working
think a lot of
on.
people would agree with you on that.
Hey, I don't mean modern Brian Michael Bendis. I mean everything
I
he did
love
before the year
Brian.
of 2014.
I think that's fair.
I never understood
Go
the
on.
hate with Brian Michael Bendis. I mean, yeah,
Well-
Civil War 2 sucked. I think pretty much most people agree that book really sucked.
Well,
But
it's
that
not
no
No one
one
even,
was pretty
no one
much-
really even liked the first Civil War. Really, a second one.
Well, the first one was pretty big, but later on, people were
I
like,
did not like the original Civil War.
But I think the thing with Brian Michael Bendis is that he does pretty well if he's not doing like this huge event, because events are where he's kind of like he loses his
lost
footing,
you.
and he's like, oh, I have to do the entire Marvel universe, and everything kind of relies on. When he does good on his like own niche little titles, where it's like, oh, we're doing like fun things with this one character, he can explore cool ideas and cool plot stories. But when he's like, oh, I have to juggle the entire Marvel universe on this one event, and the landscape of the Marvel universe will be changed after that. I feel like it's a daunting task for anyone, and I feel like Brian Michael Bendis just wasn't able to kind of pull it off. And we already know due to like all the delays that book got, and all like, oh, now it's getting like an extra issue, and all the drama going on behind the scenes, that Brian Michael Bendis just wasn't well equipped. And I think it wasn't Brian Michael Bendis's fault completely per se. I think Marvel just in general was having a lot of
I
problems.
blame Marvel for this because it was just a cash grab.
Which, I mean, like, Marvel, Brian Michael
at the
Bendis is
time.
obviously now gone from Marvel, so there's obviously that. Meaning, yeah, something bad was going on behind the scenes, and
There was obviously
You've
some
been-
friction.
yeah, and creative differences, things weren't going the way that people wanted them to go.
I think I said it last episode too. I feel like it wasn't much Brian Michael Bendis leaving, more like he was just pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
I feel like
writing
it might have been a
books.
mutual kind of thing where it's like, yeah, my books have been kind of my books haven't been that great right now. I don't like the way you've been treating me, Marvel. Because Spider-Man 2 also was, it was a ride. Not a
It
very
had its ups
enjoyable
and
one.
downs.
Yeah,
Everyone's alive! Yippee!
yeah, everything that Brian Bendis did you like it? Because it's back now.
Without Bendis.
Yeah, without Bendis to helmet, so it's just there.
I feel like it was just because Bendis was already knew he was leaving, and so he's just like, whoa, I won't really mess with Marvel. And so he just writes out this entire thing, bringing this huge thing that everybody else is going to have to deal with, but he's never going to touch again.
Now you're gonna have to deal with this. Have a good day, Marvel. Just
The thing is with Brian Michael Bendis doing this kind of thing, I don't mind as much when it does Superman, because there's one thing he does really well, and it's character interactions. Like,
yeah.
The reason why I love Spider-Man, I mean his Spider-Man so much was, well, it just kind of felt like his own thing. Like, he made his version of, how do I say this right? Like,
Spider-Man wasn't interesting alone. Peter Parker
He
was
wasn't-
just as interesting as Spider-Man in his school life, and
Yes.
what he went through in that.
Mhm.
Interesting new aspect to the Spider-Man story.
But
That
where
wasn't just like-
Bendis failed in that book, I take this from somebody who's a giant Ultimate Spider-Man fan. My brother has every single issue. He's a bigger fan of that book than I am, and I love that book. The weakest issues of that book were always the ones where he had to team up with a character from the Ultimate Universe. They were always the weakest issues, in my opinion.
I really like that one X-Men issue where the X-Men just go into the mall with Peter, and like Peter's friends are there, and he's like, "Oh God, you guys can't be here."
I remember that issue. I thought that was a cute little interaction, but
But it's not like a huge like cataclysmic fight in the Marvel universe, like an event.
the weakest issue, in my opinion, was the one with Silver Sable, and I got a little soft spot for Silver Sable, and because she was one of the first characters I ever read. But
Mhm.
that was definitely one of the weakest issues of that book.
My problem with
They had to shoehorn in
Bendis-
new characters.
My problem with Bendis doing this it's not so much that I don't really want him to do it. I just find it a little bit disrespectful.
How is it
To
disrespectful?
DC or to
I mean, like,
Bendis.
this is Action Comics number 1000.
To a man who's like never written a Superman book, just be like, oh,
Like, number 1000, this is the thing that made superhero comics a thing.
mm-hmm.
This is
To
the
be
biggest
fair,
landslide. I would
he's not the only
really
writer.
only want this to be a book full of Superman writers. Just writing, just like reliving what they did with Superman over the years.
You'd think that they'd be like reaching out to all like previous Superman writers who've had like runs and be like, hey, you guys want to come back for the special? But no, it's just like, oh, Brian Michael Bendis, you're new here. How about we give you the biggest?
Let's put you on the biggest book of all time.
Yeah, how about that? You good? I feel like Brian Michael Bendis just walks into the DC office and he's like, okay, I know I'm hot shit. You guys got to hire me now. You guys give me the biggest book right now.
I actually think he can do something good with like he's always the best for doing character actions between like a parent and a kid. Like that's what was so interesting to me about Ultimate Spider-Man at times, because it really did show the struggle between like with just growing up and all that kind of thing. I think he could do that with Action Comics, because now Superman has a son, another son, because people like to ignore Connor Kent, but
oh no,
well, he's not his son.
Him back.
Yeah, Connor Kent isn't his son; he's his clone. But
semantics.
That doesn't count.
I would really love a Brian Michael Bendis Superboy Connor Kent book. I think that'd be really cool.
I'd love that too.
Especially with like the feel of the 2014 Titans book.
I only want
Tomasi.
I only want Peter Tomasi to write John Kent in DC right now.
Same.
Oh, he does such a good job with it.
Yeah, he's so good.
Super Sons is really good. They just had the Super Sons.
Pretty good with Damian Wayne too.
Oh man, it's been an amazing. It's been an amazing like last 2 years. Ever since that character was introduced, he's just been like constant high note after high note in the DC universe.
So naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the best new characters I've seen in comics. Just period.
Mm-hmm. It feels like
so
he's
good.
Been here a lot longer than he has actually been.
And a good character will do that. It's just like, oh yeah, it's like John Kent. He's been here this whole time. It's like the biggest thing that's like, why haven't we done this sooner? It's so perfect. But but anyways, I think. Oh, sorry,
because marriage makes characters seem older, and we all know that you can't relate to anyone if they are older than you. That's why everyone had to split up.
Yeah,
hence Batwoman.
Spider-Man.
I mean, that's a little bit. I mean, like that's a little bit think, because I feel more relatable to Peter Parker and Renew Your Vows than I do in Dan Slott's Spider-Man run.
Oh no,
that's written by Dan
Slott is on the way out, so
no,
Dan Slott doesn't write Renew Your Vows.
What? No, I read somewhere that he did.
Isn't that Chip?
Zdarsky? Yeah, Chip Zdarsky. Huh. Okay.
Chip Zdarsky's on Friendly Neighborhood.
Oh man. Anyways,
written by Judy Hauser.
I think we're gonna move on a little bit from the Action Comics discussion, and
with very shitty art.
Go on. Okay. We're going to move on to the Fox movies shuffle. So here's the thing: a lot of things have been going on at Fox right now. Definitely, I think a lot of it's due to the Disney deal. They're like, oh no, things are not going to like. Despite the track they've been going on, everything's been derailed. Deadpool's been moved up significantly to come out much sooner than it was like a couple months sooner. I think that's coming out now in like April or May, and then you around the season of Infinity War. So that's just to kind of give a little bit of a map to where that'll be coming out, and it's coming out pretty soon. And then we've got New Mutants being pushed all the way like a year back to February 2019, which is crazy. Like they've got to have some crazy things going on if like it's being pushed back so far. After being shown to test audiences, and it had a fairly positive reaction, but I guess they're like, we've got a few things we can fix just to make it that much better. So I think that's got me most interested because, like, if it tested fairly well, then I'm excited to see like what they're doing. I don't know. Either way, I'm just interested and intrigued by New Mutants. And then you got Gambit losing a director, and
Again.
yeah. So Gambit's up in the air, like that's a surprise.
I think that's gonna get canceled.
And the last thing going on in the Fox movie universe is that Hugh Jackman might possibly be back, and he's
maybe kinda, not really. Maybe
there's been supposed meetings with Hugh Jackman and other people in the MCU.
Because
So-
Hugh Jackman's perfectly fine with doing it, just like they
It's kind
sort
of
of
stupid to leave
gave
it.
him that send off, and I was just like, can they really do that?
No, they can't because he gets money from it. Lots of money.
Yeah. So that's all the Marvel stuff we shall discuss. I wanna try something different here. I want to give everyone their own little soapbox time for this one topic. So I want to start off with Shane, with what you think of all this news.
Well, New Mutants, I have not really been following in any way. I never really was a huge fan of the New Mutants in the comics, and like I never really understood the storyline. But I mean, I'm gonna be interested in it from what I've heard of it, but it being moved back all this time, I don't exactly know why, which makes me confused because I haven't really been following every single detail about it, but I don't really care that much. Deadpool being moved up, I understand completely why there, because like Deadpool, it's already done. They already see the success of the first Deadpool movie, and like I just want to get it out faster, and like Disney just wants to make that big bucks again.
Yeah, I mean, like, makes sense considering like, Deadpool's been like becoming like a huge household name, and to fill in the gap that New Mutants is making, they're like, oh, we gotta kind of switch this all around.
Yeah. Gambit losing its director. I
Twice.
really do not want the Gambit movie to even happen because I've never really liked Gambit that much for him to have a solo film of him being Channing Tatum. And like I still think majority of the stuff they say about Gambit are rumors because they contradict everything like just in a few days. And it's just
Yeah, it's really funny like that. It's like you get a moment where it's like, oh, like 20 actors are cast for this movie, and then it's like, oh, it's like all rolling, and it's like, oh, nope, the director left. It's just like, oh,
and as you heard, I hope Hugh Jackman comes back, but I also hope he doesn't. Just a weird way with thinking of that.
Because he was so good, but then his exit was so perfect. It's like it would ruin the whole. I think that's the whole thing. It's just that
Logan already gave him a perfect way out. To bring him back into just continue it. It just feels a little bit shallow for me.
Yeah, even with all like the time travel things you can do with the X-Men and all annuity stuff you can do, it's just like no matter what, there's going to be that kind of stale taste where you're like, oh, so this doesn't matter. Which really sucks. It will undercut the entire movie of Logan.
Have you heard the rumors of Kitty Pryde possibly getting her movie?
I think she is.
I actually did hear about that.
Isn't that confirmed?
Not really. Maybe. I'm not sure.
It's about as confirmed as the Nightwing movie.
I'm surprised they're actually confirming movies still at Fox, considering the Disney deal. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna pretend.
Gambit.
We're just gonna pretend that Disney isn't doing anything right now and isn't about to buy our entire company, and we're just gonna keep on making movies, guys.
Just going crazy before they sell the company.
Yeah, it's like their last ditch effort. It's like, no, we're still doing things. We're still productive. You don't need to buy us. We're okay. But anyways, what do you think, Colin?
I don't know much about New Mutants, like, at all. All I know is Magic because she was Colossus' brother and she was on the covers, so that's all I know. And it's getting pushed back, so I mean, okay, it's getting pushed back. Is it gonna get canceled? I heard it was already done, so I don't think it's gonna get canceled, but it's a possibility. What I'm worried about more, even though I don't care about, is Dark Phoenix. And that's probably getting canceled. I don't think that's gonna make it.
I think it's still pretty well on its track. We're yet to see a trailer of it yet, but I think it's still, it's moving ahead. So I think it's fine.
It would make they might worry that it will get people confused.
I don't think so. I mean, then it would have never gone as far as it is now.
I mean, the X-Men are already confusing as hell. So, well,
yeah, that's definitely coming out. I think that's too far to be pulled the plug on yet.
But the thing is, like, you have the deal yet, so maybe Fox has like, well, the deal doesn't go through, we're gonna release the movie. If it's true, then Disney to deal with it. But other than that, Deadpool is coming up sooner. I don't know. Is the revenue, like, why is it coming up sooner? I don't know, but okay, maybe they're to avoid some controversy or something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Gambit looks again like Fox. Just take a clue. Like, so many production troubles. God doesn't want this movie to happen. He's trying to send you a message. Just stop. Just like,
it's time.
Who
to
cares?
Stop.
Yeah,
I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I don't think Gambit's worth the trouble. Honestly, all the trouble it's gone through.
What is he going to do in his own movie? What is he going to do?
Must be like the next, like, La La Land. It can, like,
I don't.
After all the things it's gone.
I don't know much about Gambit, but I don't think you can make a full movie about him. Like, all I know about him is what I've seen, like, in Wolverine and the X-Men. And he was just like a side character, and in the 90s X-Men cartoon, and he was still a side character. I don't know much about him in general, but he doesn't seem like the character who would hold his own movie, and I'm sure that one Gambit fan is going to be in the comments and saying, he can because this storyline or that storyline, but I still don't think he's got enough material. Maybe they'll do something new with him, but there are other characters you've picked. I don't know exactly Gambit is so interesting to them. Like, there are X-Men. Just
that's because he looks like Channing Tatum. That's why.
They're just like, oh, we got the perfect fan cast. Hear me out. Gambit, played by Channing Tatum. We're sold. Let's make this movie. And that's just what it's been. That's all there is behind the scenes. It's just this one big, huge, like, billboard that just one big, like, whiteboard, a big giant picture of Channing Tatum, and he's like, oh, he's in.
It's just like,
for, like,
did
Google
Channing Tatum
Images.
even confirm he was doing this?
No, yeah, he's confirmed. He went to, like, photo shoots as well when, like, Fantastic Four was still coming out, and like, Apocalypse was coming out. He was at the photo shoots, and he was like, oh, yep, there's Channing Tatum for the Gambit movie.
It's just like how they announced that The Rock was going to be Black Adam before the Superman movie even came out.
That's a good parallel.
But the difference is, we know the Shazam movie's going to be made.
Yeah.
Did we know the Shazam movie was going to be made? Because that was just as convoluted.
I mean, we know it's going to be made now. Gambit, that's been in development for how long, and how much do we know is fact or fiction?
Yeah, they could have developed 3 movies in that time.
It's just a swamp of crazy rumors that.
And who cares about Gambit that much?
Exactly.
They could have made a cable movie in that time. I want
Yeah,
a Cable movie.
Well, we're getting
Spider-Girl
one.
is more essential.
Deadpool 2.
and Channing Tatum maybe could have played Cable too, and that
Cable
way
too.
Fox can have their cake and eat it.
Cable should have his own movie before Gambit.
No.
Anyways,
No.
Literally every X-Men should have their own movie before Gambit.
Colin, what do you think about
Especially-
Hugh Jackman coming back though?
I mean, it would be nice, especially if he can put the actual suit on and not have it at the end of the movie, and then they
The
cut
deleted
the
scene?
scene out.
Yeah,
They were like,
looking at
let's
you,
have
the
it in a
Wolverine.
box. And then they were like, no, still can't show it. Let's cut it out.
We have it. We literally have it right here, but nah.
Yeah. Nah. Like,
Okay.
it feels more like a fuck you than than an actual scene. Like, it feels like just it seems like they're flipping us off. Like, here's the costume. No, you're not gonna have it. And no, it's a deleted scene. Now
Mhm.
You want the
go
costume? You want the
home.
costume? You want...
It's like they're baiting us. It's just like this whole time. It's just like
And everyone's alive! The Ultimate Universe is back.
it's like you're gonna be like, oh man, we've got costumes. You want the costume? Well, I mean, like you have it right here, and then like Bryan Singer comes up and he's like, I want to put that in my next movie,
Not enough
guys.
leather.
That would be
Not enough
hilarious.
leather and black.
And
That would
it's
be
like, well,
hilarious if they reveal in the X-Men movie that Wolverine's actually Dakin.
stop with the Dakin, I swear. No. Okay. Anyways, Ashley, I want to get your thoughts on all this.
I know absolutely nothing about New Mutants.
Okay, moving on.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Deadpool, moving up. That doesn't surprise me at all. Like, the last movie was so popular, and right now, I think they're just trying to get it out of the way because, oh my god, the controversy around this film is ridiculous.
Oh,
You got-
well, I mean, I wouldn't say
we
it's
got a woman that-
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. You got a woman that died because of negligence. You got
Well, that's not ridiculous. That's
It's
mean-
ridiculous that it happened.
That's that's
yeah.
just a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
The
then
stunt
you
double
have-
being blown up.
And then you have the sexual assault accusations from TJ Miller.
And then the controversy that's kind of older, but the Zaza Beats playing Domino.
And you got that
Yeah.
because they're pretty much switching around the character from being albino to a character with
Skin disease.
with a skin disease that makes that I believe that has
I mean-
less of pigmentation, or they're giant moles. I'm not completely sure. How I feel about that is it's a whole can of worms, and you know what? I just don't care.
I just want more.
I just want
dope.
the movie to come out, and
Honestly-
I want her to be in character.
I just want more Dopinder, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and Colossus because I think those are the best parts of the last movie. And Vanessa was fun.
It's Deadpool. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like it's just going so much trouble just for this movie, and oh my god, I feel like the controversy around this movie is going to be talked about more later on than the actual film. And
I
getting it
don't
moved
think-
up to be, where is it being moved up again? To like right behind Infinity. When is it coming out?
Let me look that up.
No, it got moved. It got moved right between Infinity War and the Han Solo movie.
May 18th, 2018.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's soon.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only had one teaser trailer come out. I think
Well-
that it's still, well on its way. I just don't think we know that much about it. I
I
mean,
think it's gonna be good.
who knows? Comic book movies. I think it's still, I think it's in good feet. Good ground plot wise, and everything's going all right behind the scenes. It's been pushed up, so obviously something's going right.
Mm-mm.
And movies do this all the time, where there's just not much about it, and then it just comes out.
And it's
Obviously we
absolutely
have
massive.
10 Cloverfield Lane
Mhm.
came out of nowhere a month before it came out, and now the God Particle, which is the Cloverfield sequel to like the next movie in that kind of world, is coming out in February, supposedly. And there's literally been no trailers, no teasers, nothing, just like a Wikipedia page. And it's just like, okay, I guess we're going. So yeah, movies, I think Deadpool 2 is fine. And I think despite the controversy and stuff behind the scenes,
I think it's going to be really good. Like, just like the last...
I'm not sure how much that's going to affect the movie, because everyone's going to want to see more Deadpool.
It might affect it somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially...
Yeah.
I read the news months ago about the poor woman who died on set, and that kind of thing could actually affect a movie.
Yeah, that
kind of thing could just completely lower the morale of the cast. It's just it's such a horrible thing, and this movie's just been getting so much controversy. It's just getting kind of idiotic at this point.
I don't know. I think Gambit's more idiotic at this point.
Oh
than
God!
Deadpool, but
Gambit, why? What is the big deal with this Gambit movie? Why is it so important?
I feel like that's a good summary of the Gambit movie. It's just a big collective. Why?
I just had to look up Gambit comic to see if he ever even had a
director. Is this going to be like Battlefield Earth, where they're going to change the script 90%? I don't even think they have a working script. I just remember
reading like Ultimate Comics, and I'm pretty sure he had his own like beginning of an issue of an Ultimate issue where he's all doing his own thing. But that's all I remember.
Okay, tell me. How many of you guys actually really care? Out of the three of you, do any of you actually really care about Gambit?
No,
I think he'd have a cool. I think he has potential for a movie, but I feel like they've gone to way too much trouble for it.
I don't like any of his powers, really. I only like him with Rogue.
Rogue is a character that deserves a movie for him.
Yeah, Rogue's been really undercut in the Fox universe, huh?
Uh-huh. And you know what? It's like there's so many better characters you can make a movie from. And you're putting all this trouble into this one character who
there's
is
not
like people's like eighth favorite.
Is there going to be like any crossover? Is there going to be Rogue? Like, are you going to have anyone with Gambit, or is it just going to be Gambit by himself?
I mean,
with his long lore and
Wolverine, I completely understand why there would go through so much trouble just to give him a movie, like,
and bring him back.
Be like, we need more Hugh Jackman. I completely understand that.
Gambit, on the other hand,
Gambit. How many appearances does he even have in the?
I feel like they just want him to be like, he's gonna be the next Wolverine. He's gonna be the next big household name. That's why we care so much.
The last time Gambit appeared in an X-Men movie, I think, was
Wolverine was already Origins a big Wolverine. Long before. He was already a big no name long before the movies.
What a great introduction.
And
they probably think
I'm trying to think, like, there are so many better characters in the Marvel universe that they could use that are much more popular than Gambit.
Morph.
Yeah.
You could take just from the X-Men, like, 5 more characters that people like more than Gambit.
But Gambit has been really
Rogue,
used.
Storm.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Literally anyone.
Yeah.
In fact, I would even take a Kid Omega movie over Gambit.
I would actually prefer a movie about Jubilee, honestly. But anyways, just to give my 2 cents about the whole Fox movie shuffle thing, I think the New Mutants, I'm really excited for that movie, so I'm kind of sad that got pushed back all this way, but I'm still I'm very excited and very interested in what's going to happen. I think a horror movie in the mutant kind of world is really an interesting concept. And I think you got a lot to explore there, so I'm still excited for it. I'm just kind of sad that I got pushed back so far. But I mean, if it helps the movie be better, then I'm down with waiting. I don't think there's anyone really clamoring to see it right now. Like, oh, I need to see New Mutants right now, today. It's like, no, we can push this back, and people won't really care that much. But the only thing I'm kind of worried about is the Fox deal, and the fact that New Mutants is supposed to be like a trilogy or something like that, and that's what the plan
trilogy was.
So I think maybe that might have to do with it being pushed back. They're like, okay, so with the Fox deal, we won't be able to make this a trilogy. We can only make this be one movie. So maybe we have to change the movie from like the ground up to make it just a solo movie instead of, like a branched out movie that branches out into a franchise. So that might be part of it. I don't know. Anyways, it's just speculation.
How old is New Mutants? Like the actual team?
Oh, the actual team?
Yeah.
That is something I'd have to look up.
Didn't it come out in like the 90s? I'm not a Marvel fan, so I don't know this stuff.
New Mutants were created in 1982.
1982. Now let's take a team that's been around a lot longer, has no movies, and has characters that are perfectly strong for movies.
X Factor.
Teen Titans, for example, been around since the 60s, and no movie. We got like the most we ever got were the two movies released under the New 52.
You're getting an
animated universe.
The Titans Go movie.
The first one I don't like. Second one, it's
You're
okay,
getting
but
a
it butchers one of my
Titans Go
favorite
movie.
storylines.
Oh
And yet,
boy.
New Mutants gets all this stuff of all this attention, but at
Ashley.
DC, we're gonna pick up another character.
Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley, you're getting a Teen Titans movie. It's the Teen Titans Go.
Oh.
I want to give that its own little segment, but I want to finish talking about the Fox movie shuffle really quick. So just to speed through it really quick, Deadpool moves up.
Yeah.
Cool. Happy day. I'm excited for that. Gambit loses director again. Wow, big surprise. And Hugh Jackman's back. Oh, I mean, I guess so.
Bigger surprise.
Anyways,
Maybe.
Teen Titans Go is apparently getting a movie.
To hell.
Oh, and it's
Burn with
I
it.
feel like it's supposed to be. They're trying to be self-referential with it. They're like, oh, haha, Aquaman's getting a movie. Look at that. We're going to make fun of Aquaman. Oh,
If Aquaman can get a movie, anyone can.
To be fair, I didn't think the trailer was that bad.
it's just one giant fart joke.
It was just an episode of the show
Yeah.
stretched
I don't
out for
like
like
how
2
this started.
hours.
I have
I-
too much respect for
Teen-
myself
yeah.
to see the actual
Teen
trailer.
Titans in movie format. I don't like that at all.
The only thing I appreciate about the trailer was the amount of references in the background. Because there's like there's buildings in Gotham.
That's what
there's-
always Teen Titans Go has done. They've
No, they chalked it up like crazy. There's like 20 Easter eggs in like every frame. There's like Bane's body shop. Like there's like I'm trying to remember them. There's some really good ones. There's like wow, I'm blanking completely. There's like a billboard that says Jump City, just a little bit less dangerous than Gotham. And then a whole bunch of other stuff like
Just
Oh,
get
Titans
the
Go
people,
does
people
actually have
just
a
get
lot
the
of
people who
references
work on the backgrounds and
in
put
the
them on
show.
the
It just doesn't do it very well.
I just don't want to. I don't care about the main plot. The main plot just is gonna feel like a just giant snooze fest. Where it's like, okay, here the Teen Titans go on an adventure, be in a movie.
let's go fight Brother Blood.
But anyways,
Titans Go is just not strong enough for a
I
movie.
mean, kids like it.
I know kids like it, and if they like it, then so be it. But
I only
Yeah.
like it because it's
It's
the
not
only
made
thing
for- it's
Cartoon
not-
Network
it's
plays.
It's not
made
for
for
us. So that's another thing to consider. It's not for us.
it may use
mean,
characters
yeah.
that we love, but it's
It may be a reboot of a franchise that a TV show that lots of people loved, and you know,
With
I
the
think
same voice cast.
The same voice
got
cast.
a movie. That's what
so
it's
there's
like
no
to be.
reason why they couldn't have just rebooted the actual show. But I mean,
They
you gotta
can
get
still
those
do that,
kids
you know.
demographic.
it would cost a lot of money. I mean, it's much easier to make everything in Adobe Flash and just roll with it. than
Honestly, I'm
actually
just waiting
animating
for the day that Teen Titans Go gets more season than the actual original show.
Oh God, the fanboys.
I think it's already at that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there yet. But
I think it's like season 4.
yeah, and I think Teen Titans the TV show. I didn't watch it, so there's that. So you guys can call
You
me.
didn't watch the original show?
I saw a couple episodes.
Nice, it was so
wait.
good.
My favorite
I
episode
never-
is Winner Take All. The one where all the guys are.
Oh, I just looked it up.
That
Teen
was a-
Titans, the original series only had 5 seasons. Teen Titans goes on its 4th season.
So yeah, it's coming
That
up
was
there.
right.
soon.
Okay. Anyways, that's the Teen Titans Go movie. I don't want to focus too much on it because we're already kind of trying to do a race against time right now. It's not go on too long. We just added a new topic impromptu. So let's now talk about some stuff going on in the DC comic universe, starting with Tom King's The Sanctuary book and the other history of the DC universe coming out later this year.
Put out your dukes. I like Tom King.
Here we go. Here
And
we
I
go.
absolutely hate Tom King.
Why?
I agree with
What?
Shane.
So me and Ashley make a team. Colum and Shane make a team. We're going to make this as coherent a debate as possible. So I'm going to have. So
This is going to turn into an all-out fight.
I have no problem with Tom King's Sanctuary or whatever that's about, because I've never even read it.
So Sanctuary is supposed to be like a superhero crisis center book, where it's like, oh yeah, lots of terrible things happen in the DC universe. But yeah, the Sanctuary is a book where like any character is up for grabs to join this crazy book about.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
So
I'm fine with
single
Tom
DC
King
character's
writing
gonna be in
something
it at
like
one
that.
point.
I'm fine with Tom King writing stuff for Marvel. I'm fine with Tom King writing the Omega Men, but please never let him touch Batman or New Gods.
Yeah,
His Mr.
I
Miracle book is really good.
can't-
What are you talking
I
about?
can't believe you say that.
Mark would.
His
It's not
Mr.
that bad.
His Mr. Miracle book. It's just him like,
It's
what
great.
are the New Gods? Nobody knows what the New Gods is. I'll just do whatever I want with it. He's just
Keep
just
in
messing
mind,
around
this
with
is a
characters that
reintroduction for
he doesn't
Rebirth.
know what
Yeah,
they.
it's a reintroduction. It's not like I'm going to mess around with something. It's like, no, nobody's using these characters, and I'm going to, reinvent
New
them.
52 at all?
But what
They
good
were- they-
introduction
they're
is
invention.
having Granny Goodness's head get cut off for 9 panels, and that weird thing he forces Mitch Gerard to always draw.
I really am enjoying the Mr.
I'm-
Miracle series. I think that the
I'm
whole
heartbroken.
art and the tone,
I
it's
know
like it's so
Granny.
dire. It's just you really get to get.
Yep.
It kind of is BoJack Horseman-ish.
No,
It's like
no,
BoJack
no.
Horseman, but
Don't
Mr.
ever
Miracle.
compare my favorite show to Mr. Miracle.
You can't deny the comparisons though. You got this washed
What
up kind of
comparison?
superhero. You got the washed up superhero in Scott Free, who's trying to be, this magician who has this terrible past, who hates himself, and he's like, how can you
never
not
hated
compare
himself
BoJack
before
Horseman with
like that?
You're
Well,
comparing
there's- You about Batman.
I don't
You're
get
comparing you're comparing a show that's entire philosophical conquest is about the mental state of a washed up Hollywood actor
washed
to
up
Mr.
DC
Miracle,
celebrity, a
which
superhero
is
celebrity, which is who nobody really. I mean, like,
he's not
Mr.
really
Miracle,
washed
so
up if you think about it.
He's
He's
kind of
just-
washed up, but you got those people coming up with him like, "Oh, Mr. Miracle, can I get a selfie with you right now?" You got the same thing going on BoJack Horseman, where it's like, "Oh, isn't that like?"
Nobody asks BoJack for a
Horseman around?
picture. That's the point.
So yeah, and also you got like actual things going on with like Mr. Miracle and like the New Gods are having a war, but he's kind of like on the outside. Well, he's not on the outside of it. He's just being kind of.
They have New Gods having a war off, and they have New Gods having a war off in Action Comics. They have it going off in Justice League. They have it going off with Wonder Woman now that Darkseid's back. They have all this crazy stuff going on with the New Gods, and DC just doesn't know what to do with the New Gods now. They're just throwing it everywhere.
I think you're wrong, sir. I think that New Gods have been like. I think it's an untapped goldmine, and I think there's so much stuff that they can do with it, and
it's an untapped gold mine, but they're tapping it every single place where there's no gold.
But back to Tom King.
I feel like they've been treating it in a very like interesting way from like an outsider's perspective, and I kind of like that. There's no main book you can read New Gods in, but it's like, hey, by the way, New Gods is still like hell on earth, like hell in the DC universe. Like everything going on there is always like it's constant war. I don't know that much.
The New Gods is a pretty simple plot. There's Apocalypse over here, and there's New Genesis over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plot of New Gods.
It's
how do you get that everywhere else? Just
it's like Shakespeare in space. A whole bunch.
Oh God, that really. Okay, you just outdid yourself, Robin. Go do what you were wanting to say.
Okay, guys, but back to Tom King. I think that he could do this really well. And you know what? I disagree with you when it comes to Batman. because I feel like I've only gotten
Or,
on
like-
Batman recently.
No, I like Batman. I like his Batman run recently now.
I liked his first arcs as well.
Everything before War of Jokes and everything before
The Superman
Catwoman
issues.
the
Rooftop?
arc after War of Jokes and Riddles. Everything before that
I really
I
liked
hated
Rules of
everything.
I really liked I Am Gotham, and I actually kind of liked the Bane.
I liked
story.
I Am Gotham.
I've only seen the issue where where they're in the burger joint and just talking.
That's
Oh, yeah,
a good
that-
issue.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good issue.
And the Bane stuff I really enjoyed. I really liked
Stuff. The hate for Tom
Gotham
King.
and
I
Gotham
just
Girl.
don't.
I think they're really cool characters.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Okay,
Like Danny said, he's reinventing characters, but these characters don't need a reinvention. Batman doesn't need a reinvention where he's a suicidal
Batman is a
person.
walking
Does he-
reinvention, right?
Okay, so not only
Like
is there
that.
not only is there that, but I feel like people can't just be like, it's Batman, the most popular character of all time. They're actually doing something new, unique, and interesting with it. That's not the same
You
old,
can't
same
change
old.
anything about
It's
I'm a
Batman.
contingency
New
master. I know everything. I can take down anyone in the DC universe.
Well,
I
I
know-
mean, like,
They
I just want you
changed
to
that.
read that. I just want you to
I
read
like what
all
they're
of
doing with
Rooftops
Batman,
again.
and I like what they're doing with
Yeah.
Catwoman. I think
Okay,
it's a
I
very
wasn't a-
interesting thing to do.
No,
I'm not
look,
Batman because
The I Am Gotham
I
story
want
Did
to
you
be
read the-
Batman.
is kind of boring.
I'm
to me.
Batman because I am
Because I'm
Batman.
Did you guys read the Swamp Thing issue?
Oh yeah, I
So
like the
it
Swamp
was
Thing.
so
that's
That was
that's
fun.
the only issue I've never read.
The most recent issue.
You know, I keep on reminding
The
you
most
guys of
recent
issues
issue,
you
that
guys are
was-
all
Very
like,
good.
you know, we keep on reminding you guys of issues, and you're like, oh, you know, actually that was pretty good.
Well, because these
Well,
the
let me
previous
remind you.
issues, the
38
previous
issue
storyline was
book.
really good.
What don't you
Let me
guys
remind
like?
you.
What don't you guys like?
What I
Well,
don't
I'll
like,
tell.
I don't like I Am Bane. That felt. I don't like War of Jokes and Riddles. I don't
I am
like.
suicide.
I actually wasn't a fan of Warren Jokes and Riddles, so
I don't
I
like
didn't read that one.
I don't like the one arc wherever Batman forms up that Suicide Squad thing and goes fights
I am-
Bane on that big ol'.
Yeah,
I do like that one a little
Santa
bit.
Prisca.
Suicide Squad just
Suicide
kind of
was
ruined everything
horrible.
right now.
The I liked Night of the Monster Men. I liked
Yeah,
I Am
was
Gotham.
Night of the
for
Monster Man was just
for the-
okay.
point part. Night of the Monster Men, I only like that because James Tynion was writing that.
I think I like Gotham Girl, and I think that she's been so underused. She should show up more places.
She's been so
I really like
She
her.
seems like a
thrown
plot device.
around. Like
Yeah.
each issue, she's a different character.
I really like the
He's
issue with her
barely
talking.
even-
I think her
Exactly.
the
She's also
background.
barely in the book to
Yeah,
even
that's the
develop.
problem.
So every time she
I know.
pops
I
up,
agree with you.
you're
on
like,
Gotham
wait a
Girl. I think
minute.
she's kind of pointless.
I really like Gotham Girl. I just think she's terribly underutilized, and she needs like somewhere to
Do
have
you
her
even
own
really
series
consider
or own
her a
book.
member of the Bat family at this point? I mean,
No,
she was
she-
utilized for like 2 storylines.
She's the MacGuffin.
I think she
He
needs.
is a
Batman had to
MacGuffin.
go through.
I need Duke Thomas to appear more.
Duke Thomas, he is an interesting character, but I don't care one thing.
Because
about
apparently now he's a metahuman.
Oh man, the Signal. I'm actually kind of excited to read that.
I like
but,
the book. I like his.
I want
like
to say
the
that
book, the
my
first
favorite issue with Gotham Girl so far is the one issue where Batman's talking to her about Catwoman.
Oh God.
And no, that's a good conversation
I
because
like
No,
that.
I don't. I don't like
Because
anything.
Gotham Girl's
that's
trying to
in
get inside
Rooftops.
it. Gotham Girl's trying
Rooftops.
to get
That
inside
was the
Batman's
worst
head.
conversation I've ever read.
No,
That was
it can't be the
actually
worst
after-
conversation. I've
I'm
ever
not
had.
Batman because I want
Because
to be Batman. I'm
that's after
Batman
Rooftops.
because I am Batman.
Yeah.
Wow, Tom King,
what
you
the
really hit
hell?
it out of the park there.
Yeah.
Way to make me think about my favorite superhero.
Yeah. And when she asked
Honestly,
him,
though, I think
"Would
it's
you
not
like to
wrong,
be
though?
normal?"
Batman is
Yeah.
a character. He can't really
Is it
stop
wrong,
being
though?
Batman.
Yeah,
It's not the way to say it.
I agree. It could have been handled a little better.
but he's
But
a
I don't
human. He's
think
not
that
the.
it's
Like you can say,
Are you taking Batman for a very articulate person now?
Yeah,
taking-
I'm not
The guy who
taking
dresses up as
I'm
a
not
bat.
taking Batman because he's having this midlife crisis about things that haven't really been pointed out as a whole. It's just that he's having this, and so it's just like, oh
I
no,
think it's
everything's just
fitting.
falling apart in my life.
He was
I gotta
like an
go
emo
marry
kid.
Catwoman. I gotta go
Keep in mind, the
save this
storyline
Gotham
happens
girl chick
right
who I
after
just
the
killed her
death-
brother.
the
I
death,
gotta-
quote unquote, of Tim Drake.
And I gotta reflip everything. It's just
I met
Keep
my
in mind, it
dad,
takes
and then he
place right
disappeared.
after a lot of stuff happens to Batman. And
Yeah, but like the biggest problem with it, I
they
think,
haven't
is
really pointed
he-
out anything with it.
in
I'm
the
excited
button
for
where
Batman's
he.
marriage with Catwoman.
I'm not.
I don't know if it's gonna go through, if it's actually gonna work out. I don't think it's actually gonna.
I really hope it does.
I like
I
it
want it to
better.
work.
I like
I think
how
they're
it
trying to
is
be
now
fair.
with the super best friends arc and the one. What's the arc? I called it Rules of Engagement until I
The
realized
date
that's
night?
not even close
Is
to
it-
what it's called.
Are you talking about the date night arc where Lois,
Yeah, I
Superman,
like
and Batman?
That
was-
arc,
Engagement
the
was
one that came before
previously.
that. The
Rules
one
of
wherever
Engagement.
wherever they go out into the desert to.
Yeah.
That's rules of
Yeah,
Yeah,
engagement.
that's rules of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just
Yeah,
the
that
name
was-
of an issue, not the arc.
Well, we
Well,
call it that.
Whatever.
Alright,
It
people,
was
we know what
horrible.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I
he
like
just-
that. And I like the one interaction between Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dick
I
because
thought it was a
Damian
little
Wayne
out
have
of
had-
character for Damian.
there was a line in it where Damien said, I'm Batman, because I'm Robin and he's Batman. I was like, again.
Yeah, that's exactly like. Wait, everybody's having that rooftops conversation with Gotham Girl now. That's a little bit
Oh, man.
weird.
I thought the stuff. with
I'm not
Superman was
Alfred
really
because I
good.
want to be Alfred. I'm Alfred because I am Alfred.
Thank you. Can I have a sandwich,
But
Alfred?
back to
I'm not
Sanctuary.
Ace the Bat Hound because I want to be Ace the Bat Hound. I'm Ace the Bat Hound because I'm Titus. Wait, they're two different dogs?
Well, there are two different dogs now. Have you read the Super Pets annual from Super Sons?
Yeah,
Ace
but
and-
I didn't know that they had two different. It always bothered me because it's so confusing.
No, Ace was introduced in the annual issue, and Titus
Yeah,
has been around since New 52. So both dogs now exist in the Wayne Manor.
Have they appeared together?
Yeah, in the Super Pets annual, they were both laying in the same. They were laying in the dog beds.
Super
and,
Pets the annual for what comic?
Super Sons annual #1.
Calling it right now, Bat Bunny.
No Bat Bunny.
No,
but there
it's
is
not
Bat
gonna
Cow.
happen.
That's Bat Bunny.
Bat Cow.
Bat
Cow.
Bunny is going to show up in issue 1000.
I think we already had Bat Bunny, and that's Jim Gordon Batman. Anyways, I think we've talked about Tom King long enough. I want to talk
Yeah,
about
but
the
we-
other history of the DC universe.
We can talk
So,
about King forever.
John Ridley is going to be writing the other history of the DC universe in a miniseries. And if you don't know who John Ridley is, he's a screenwriter of 12 Years a Slave and Let It Fall. And he's basically going to be taking the DC universe and he's going to be making this giant kind of analysis of characters such as...
Oh, so like X-Men Grand Design?
yeah, kind of. And it's going to be focusing on characters listed as... these are the characters listed on the official DC website that he's going to be like playing around with. Jon Stewart, Extraño,
Oh,
Vixen, Supergirl, Katana, and Renee Montoya, among others.
Okay, that just ruined that entire concept for me.
I think it's really interesting. I think that you got a lot of really cool characters there, especially Renee Montoya. And I
Yeah.
mean, all of them are interesting.
I'm kind of interested to learn more about Renee Montoya.
The
She
other
was
history of the
second
DC.
question, and she is
Read
a
52.
police officer
Oh.
in.
The second question. All right,
She's
I
also
know.
a character that originated in the Batman animated series.
Y'all love the question. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but we don't like Renee Montoya, Kessler.
I like Renee Montoya.
I
I
like
like
her.
I like her too. Shane, stop speaking
Oh,
for
and
all
she
of
also
us.
dated
I
Batwoman.
mean, like, I'm just like, I've never really got what she's
Read
all
50
about.
Have you read 52, Shane?
52? What?
Yeah. The weekly series.
So I'd imagine.
No.
So I imagine the other
really
history of the
should.
DC universe is going to be kind of like an anthology series, kind of like each issue having its own like little like one
Character.
storyline, one off with the character. It's like okay, we're
Yeah.
I love that idea. I love that idea so much. I think this is such a great idea. Just be like, okay, these are characters that don't have a book. everyone's gonna get this one issue now, and we're gonna be like, it's gonna be like a little pitch. You're like, oh, here's a character right here. Here's a character right here. You know
I
what
love
characters
that
I want to see
idea,
being
too.
used? Fire and ice.
Yeah.
Bring back
But why
fire
are
and
they
ice.
using-
Bring back
Supergirl
fire.
already has
I
that.
don't care about ice. Just bring back fire.
Bring back those
Why are they
90s
using
characters, please.
Supergirl? She already has her own book.
Supergirl's been kind of under the radar, I feel like. No one's really cared
Yeah.
about Supergirl. And it's basically been just like Supergirl, the TV show, in comic form.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, but I read the first few issues, and it's just a bunch of retconning, like, oh, here's Cat Grant, and oh, here's basically your here's basically Win from the TV show.
They should bring back Extreme Justice.
Oh God, the best book of the year.
That's something I want Tom King to write. Extreme
Boy.
Justice.
Yeah.
Coming
That would be
back
so
in
funny.
2019.
With
Anyways,
Rob Liefeld's
I just
art.
think that I have no idea who Extraño is. Do you guys know who Extraño is?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up actually because I'm interested.
While you do that, I have
Extraño.
one more thing to say about Sanctuary.
Yep.
I think it's a really good concept for
Yeah,
that
it is.
hasn't really been explored in the DC universe. But I also feel like if they do this, every single character in the DC universe is gonna be in it because they all need therapy.
So
My
Extraño,
favorite character
Basically.
was
Oh
just
no, I'm
kidnapped.
just picturing.
it's just
Get
group
back
therapy.
I'm just picturing Gotham Girls, the head therapist. It's just like, tell me about yourself.
My favorite character has been kidnapped,
Uh,
brought back, then now
Honestly-
then he fought his future self.
I'm
now
not
he's fighting
Bewildebeest
City
because I want to be
because-
Bewildebeest. I'm
It's everyone having the rooftop speech together in group therapy. Hi, Wildebeest. Hi, I'm Katana, and I've got your back. Hi, Katana. Okay,
I'm-
but yeah,
What a-
I'm Zana from the Wonder Twins. And
So how is this gonna even work? Is it gonna be like a Ming?
my
Is there gonna
brother
be, like, a
turned
main
into water
character?
and just evaporated. I don't know. I'm missing my brother. If anybody's seen it, if anybody's seen my brother, please let me know. We're really worried about him. Oh man. Anyways, Extraño is apparently a character that showed up in 1988 from Millennium Number 2, and it showed up since then. Dude's a magician superhero, and he showed up in Midnighter and Apollo, the miniseries from DC Rebirth as well. But he's I don't know, man.
He's a huge sack of I don't care.
What does
Yeah,
he
so I'm
look
excited
like?
to see Extraño, and
It's like doing a bug and arm.
dude looks
fall
like
off
Doctor
away.
Strange, but like crazier. He's got this crazy flowing, kind of like purple cape with like
He
a
was
crazy
probably a
collar.
ripoff.
He's got the Wolverine hair, except for it's like crazy,
Oh,
much
I've
bigger than
heard of
Wolverine's
him.
hair.
I've heard
With
of him.
crazy facial, like a crazy facial hair. He's got like a long face, like classic Joker does. It's something. But
Strana.
you guys will see a picture show
Oh,
up in the
him!
podcast. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
someone.
remember- I remember him in Midnighter and Apollo.
Yeah, he's a little bit toned down in Midnight and Apollo, kind of like Ra's al Ghul, except for.
Not
But yeah,
living
know.
for 1,000 years.
yeah. Anyways, that's Extraño. I know everyone's really clamoring to hear about Extraño, but anyways, I think that
Best topic of all time.
I think that the
I'm
The
not
other history-
Extraño because I want to be Extraño.
That seems extraneous.
oh man. So yeah, I think
I'm
Tom King's
Extraño
Sanctuary.
because someone hasn't forgotten about me for some reason.
Why did you have to bring me out of obscurity? I just wanted to die peacefully alone. But yeah, Tom King's Sanctuary and the other history of the DC universe both look like interesting things going on. I think I'm really excited for the other history of the DC universe. I'm excited for both of them.
I'm more
I think both
excited
of
for
them-
Sanctuary, actually.
I want to see more.
I
You
do
know what-
too.
You know what I'm not excited about? The
Oh,
Suicide
no.
animated movie. The Suicide
God.
Squad animated.
You had to come back with your transitions.
Yep, I had to
You
come back to
couldn't
my
give it to me.
transitions.
Okay, well, Shane, why aren't you excited for the Suicide Squad animated movie called Hell to Pay?
Wonder.
Oh, well, what's the cast list for this? We got Deadshot, Bronze
Okay.
Tiger, Captain Boomerang, Killer Frost, Copperhead, Harley Quinn, Amanda Waller, Zoom. Wait, you mean Vandal Savage?
Scandals.
No, yeah, that's Scandal Savage, the daughter
Oh.
of Vandal Savage. Holy
Oh,
crap,
well, that's
Scandal
gonna be
Savage is
good.
going to be in this movie. I didn't even know that.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought
Professor
that was a
Pig.
typo.
Oh dude, you could do Secret Six, man. Do Secret Six, man.
No,
Why
they
are they
won't.
using Professor Pig for this movie? He's a much more interesting villain.
Pig happy, pig sad, pig want to join the Suicide Squad.
So you got
No, I don't want him in Suicide Squad.
Well, we don't know if he's going to be a member of the team. The team, as we know it so far, is Bronze Tiger, Copperhead, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Killer Frost. But other characters who are going to be in the movie with roles unknown are Zoom, Scandal Savage and Vandal Savage, Vertigo, Silver Banshee, Maxim Steel, Blockbuster and Tobias Whale, Knockout, Dharma, Punch from Punch and Julie, and Harvey Dent / Two-Face, and Savage Gunman.
This movie's gonna be 3 hours long.
I'm actually kind of
1
excited
hour is
now
only
due
the
to just the
introduction.
characters
I'm
they're
not
using.
excited.
You
Too
put
many
Knockout,
characters.
Blockbuster, and Scandal. I'm excited kind of now because now it's
Look
feeling
at
more
the
like
image like that's been released for it. I don't know if that's official
I'll admit,
or not.
the
It
image
looks
is rough,
terrible.
but Deadshot looks cool from that one image where
Bronze Tiger
Yeah.
does not
Harley
look cool.
Quinn, she looks like her DC Supergirl
He's the
counterpart.
Honestly, when I
He's
was
Bronze
when I
Tiger
first-
Surfer dude.
when I first heard about the Suicide Squad animated movie being made, I was really excited because I actually really liked the original animated one. But the problem I have with the Suicide Squad is it just is so repetitious.
And what's the
Like,
whole deal with
Mhm.
Copperhead? I haven't really followed that. I know
I think he's the one
it's
that's
a
going to.
Flash
I think
villain.
he's. I think he's going to die.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think he's a KG beast of this movie, the Slipknot, if you will. Praise be to our God and Savior, Slipknot.
At least he has a
uh,
good-ish costume.
Yeah, it's Copperhead. He's basically, Cobra, whatever.
But I'd
Cobra!
like to know, what is the point of another Suicide Squad
I
movie?
think
we
you
have
can do something
It-
interesting with.
It's a cash
we have
grab.
the movie. Of course, it's a cash grab.
Well,
but
he's taking place in the New
Yeah.
52 DC universe, and the other one, Assault on Arkham, took place in the
okay,
Arkhamverse.
why is that universe
Yeah.
still going? Does anybody here
Because-
actually even like that universe?
I like the
No.
Damien stuff in it. I think Damien's pretty cool.
Oh
There-
God, no.
It's on and off. It's on and off for sure. It's a hit or
You know-
miss with me, but I do
Why
like
can't
some
they-
parts of it.
You know what? Like ever since they started doing those movies, DC has been going downhill with their new movies.
You know what I
The
love?
last one that I liked was actually King of Atlantis.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't watch that one.
Yeah, precisely,
I
because
know
no
it
one
came
cares
out.
about Aquaman's animated movie. That was the only really good animated movie, like really good.
I haven't
this is the
cared
first time I've heard
a
about it.
DC film that much.
Okay.
An animated DC film since
The Killing Joke.
Judas Contract, and I'll admit that movie was good. It was not great by any means. But it still has a recurring problem that all of the New 52 universe ones have. They
Too
butcher
much.
the
Damien.
storylines they're based on. Absolutely massacre them.
Man, Batman Bad Blood.
Batman
Oh,
Bad
God.
Blood.
I just
Oh,
mention
God.
it, and it's
If
just
you
everyone
don't
just starts
care
laughing.
Oh,
about
God.
DC. It's an entertaining movie if you don't care one bit
they-
about Dick Grayson's Batman.
They
Anyways-
gave Batwoman a gun because they saw one panel where she shot a gun and she didn't even shoot a gun. The gun had some sleeping gas in it.
They
then-
just want her to be this movie's Jason Todd.
Not necessarily
so
that,
Are you
but
sure?
they're like, no, yeah, there's a difference, but
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways-
yeah, there's a difference, but she just was
All they
so...
knew
to
about-
kind of
Oh
steer
my-
us back on track about the Suicide Squad movie. I'm sorry I kind of got us off topic there, but I did really, when I first heard it was coming out, I did really want to have Bronze Tiger because he's a classic member of the Suicide Squad, and you got the New 52 stuff, and New 52 has just been repetitious, like, oh, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and it's so annoying. It's like, obviously Harley Quinn has this thing with the Joker where Harley Quinn's like, oh, I'm not a pawn of the Joker anymore, I'm my own person.
I mean, not according to Gotham Sirens.
But
Oh,
it
no,
just,
I mean, like the Gotham Resistance and the Metal.
I don't know if you don't know this or not, but I'm really not a fan of Harley Quinn.
Neither am I.
Let me
used
say it
to be
again. I'm really
in the
not
animated
a fan
series.
of Harley Quinn. For some
The
reason, I
only
keep
time
on.
she's ever worked for me outside of the animated series is
Yeah, exactly.
in
outside of the
Batman
animated
White Knight.
series.
That's about it. Batman
No,
White Knight. That's
she's
pretty good.
she worked in the old DC universe, but she wasn't as in your face as she is right.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
she
she
was
was
in everything.
okay in Battle for the Cow.
Yeah, she was
Still
okay.
better than the
where
Joker's daughter.
And you know what? She was actually probably the best part about Countdown.
Ooh, Paige is gonna fight you now. I don't know if you guys remember Paige. She's gonna fight you though. Okay, anyways, yeah, I don't like Harley Quinn that much. I think she has her places, but ever since she's become
I
like
think she's overrated.
the front runner for ever since she became the front runner for Hot Topic sales, it's just like, oh no,
she's the fourth pillar of DC Comics, Danny.
yeah,
It's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Harley Quinn.
yeah.
Hey, sayonara, Aquaman.
If Harley Quinn can be the fourth pillar of the DC universe, I don't see why Killer Croc can't be. Anyways, I just think that this movie, I need to see like a trailer. I need to see more because it could do something cool with like Secret Six. Because they have Scandal Savage in this movie. I mean, that alone.
It could be as bad as Batman and Harley.
They've got Zoom. They've got Scandal Savage.
They have
the characters
so many
they're using
characters.
has definitely got me intrigued.
Danny, I
This
don't
movie's
want to
like
repeat Batman
a
and Harley
mess.
Quinn. That is
I don't think it's
off
good.
from Harley Quinn forever.
All we've seen is a cast and a couple pictures, and it's like, oh yeah, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. So I'm interested. I'm gonna put a pin on this. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely intrigued.
I'm not
It's
gonna
gonna be
watch it
Hell
because
to
Harley
Pay
Quinn.
for
I don't
whoever's
like
gonna
Batman and Harley Quinn.
Well, I think we should move right along. So we got other topics here. I think our next topic is going to be about Gail Simone, previous writer for DC, previous writer of the book Secret Six, which is one of my favorites. Also, creator of the character Ryan
Marvel.
Choi, the Atom, and has done a lot of books around the park. She's been around the park several times. She's written Batgirl from the New 52 before Burnside.
Yeah,
Big of the Birds of Prey.
Yep.
Fantastic run.
Yeah, Gail Simone's a fan favorite, and now she's going to Marvel and she's going to write a Domino.
A Domino TV show? I mean, not a TV show.
A Domino comic book.
Comic book. I don't know why I said
So,
TV show,
but... I'm going to read Domino now.
Yeah, I've never read Domino now, but now that Gail Simone's writing it,
me neither.
I gotta read it.
I'm probably not.
Are they going to reinvent her to look more like her?
No, the cover already came out and she looks exactly the same.
And it's...
Because that's just kind of a thing. I'm only asking because that was always just kind of a thing with Marvel. Like, when the Spider-Man movies came out, he got organic webs.
No, I think Gail Simone's one of those writers who has a very particular vision that I don't think she'll change it for the movies. Unless if Marvel literally makes her. Which I don't think they will. I don't think they'll hire Gail Simone.
They already added Valkyrie into eXiles.
Oh yeah. Wow, great transition.
It's in the same topic. You have it listed in the same topic, man. I'm just trying to stay on course.
Okay.
Different
beast. I'm sorry. I just wanted to put all the different Marvel comic books all together. Yeah, I could have made that a better topic because if you're looking at the Discord, it's just eXiles, Gail Simone to write Domino, as well as produce the Crosswind TV show. It's a little bit all jumbled together. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's okay, Danny.
We don't even have time for majority of those topics anymore since we had to talk about Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go really says not really, but
Teen Titans Go is just kind of like it gets in there and then it never leaves.
It overstayed its welcome.
It overstayed its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
It overstayed
anyway,
its welcome.
That's sometimes how I feel about Gail Simone's writing, actually.
Really? Elaborate.
Yeah.
Gail Simone wrote Batgirl, right?
Yeah, she wrote Batgirl, but then she left the Batgirl book, and then boom, wow, Burnside happened.
Fired.
I have no clue where
she got fired
I've read
over
Gail
email.
Simone. Wow.
Yeah.
And then
Cue
just
the
his
intro to
entire
Burn
cast.
Notice.
They told me
Burn
that they were
notice.
different.
Yeah, Burn Notice.
My name is Michael Weston. Once you've been burned, you've been burned.
My name is Michael Weston. I used to be a spy until...
We got a burn notice on you. You're blacklisted.
When you're burned, you've got nothing.
My name is Gail Simone. Once you've been burned, you've
I
been
remember
burned.
watching this show all the time. I totally butchered that intro, but
That's who I
Pretty
want to
good
become.
show.
That's who I want to see become a superhero. David Boreanaz.
I mean, wait, Jeffrey Donovan? Wait, what?
Oh, I mean, like I thought that was the same guy. Anyway, stay on topic.
So we got Domino. I mean, not really much to say on that. It's a Domino book. Now we're gonna read it because Gail Simone. Now we've also got another Marvel book coming out called eXiles, which is pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting concept of getting a bunch of characters throughout the Marvel multiverse and the Marvel universe, and putting them all together on like a team book. And
There's a chibi
I
Wolverine.
feel like this has been done, like
Yeah.
Exiles.
It has been
I
done
feel like
before.
there's been a book about it before.
There has been
Oh,
eXiles
yeah,
before.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's a
Are you
returning book.
Marvel to
I mean, I
make it
thought
more-
Exiles was that big old just alternate reality X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
This
Uh,
is more like just
I was
random
thinking it's
alternate
X-Men
reality
Exiles.
characters throwing it onto each other.
Yeah.
Like they got old Grizzle Kamala Khan for some reason. They
I
got
love that.
they got a cartoon version of X-23 Wolverine, all new Wolverine. That's how I should say it. They
And-
got freaking Thor Ragnarok Valkyrie.
Yeah, they got Thor Ragnarok Valkyrie, and they got Chibi Wolverine, they got Iron Lad, and Blink. And
Blink?
Blink's the leader of the team.
who's Blink?
Blink, you know,
Blink.
leader of the original
Blink,
Exiles.
I didn't read it.
You're gonna have
actually
to read
don't-
it.
I
to
wonder
find
how
out.
they're going to do Iron Lad now that they just got. What was the Avengers arc with Kang the Conqueror? That was huge.
Oh, I mean, every other book has
Kang
been dealing with
Time
Kang.
War.
I mean, like
I've been
oh, yeah,
so tuned out
he's
on
also-
the Marvel
He
Avengers
also was
Kang
in.
stuff.
He was also in Inhumans for
Yeah.
at the
Speaking of
beginning.
humans, the writer of the book is the same writer of Black Bolt. Saladin
I think we kind of overstepped the fact that there's going to be a freaking chibi Wolverine in this book. I'm not
Oh my
sure.
God.
Yeah.
I'm
How
not
did
sure
we
that's not
avoid
going to just
that?
break continuity in general. It's just a
What is
cartoon
he?
version
This
of Wolverine.
I want to see what her universe is.
This
there's
is like
not-
in Spider-Verse for the
If there's
show.
not
If it's
enough-
not a, if it's
cartoon
not
version
a
of Spider-Man.
It's the Wolverine verse at this point. There's so many Wolverine characters just running around now. It's like, oh, look in the back of this X-Men.
yeah,
issue,
but
or
Old Man
let's look
Logan's
at
the only
James
one.
Howard
But Old
back
Man
in the
Logan's the
Marvel
only one they
universe.
can put on X-Men teams.
And then, oh, here's Old Man Logan, and he's grumpy. And then you got more grumpier than usual.
That's the only way you can describe Old Man Logan.
More grumpier than usual.
You damn kids, get off my lawn.
Damn kids, get out of my Marvel universe.
Hawkeye just died, and now I gotta go hunt down Red Skull, and I don't have time for this. Oh, what? Now I'm in this universe in my own universe too? What? How does that work?
And then you got Laura being Wolverine. And then you got
You got Jimmy Hudson from
and
the
we don't
Ultimate-
talk about Dakin.
from the You got Jimmy Hudson from the still not dead Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
It's a party. It's a Wolverine
Well,
party.
they talk
And for
rather
a character
than
who wants to kind of stay out of everything, he's like, oh, Bub, I don't deal with this kind of stuff. He sure likes to pop up every single place you can look in the Marvel universe.
Well,
So
even
I'm-
in
not
a
exactly,
chibi,
Danny.
even in a chibi female version of it.
Wait, it's the chibi version of female?
it's Laura.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Laura. I thought that was just
Oh.
James. Okay. Or Logan. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's Exiles, written by Saladin Ahmed. I might have butchered that name, but it's coming out 4/11/18, and I am not reading this off of
Yes.
comicbook.com. Anyways, what do you guys think?
Seems like
No.
fun.
I don't really have much opinion on it.
The writers
I'm just
everyone
going
is
to
saying
pick
the
it up
book is
for that chibi Wolverine and Iron Lad.
I just think it's kind of a stupid concept.
I'm excited to see what we're going to get.
It could be cool.
It could be cool.
I don't even know what the
Yeah.
concept is. It just seems like they
it's
just
just
got
kinda
these
thrown
three
together,
random.
throw
They
it
got
at the
these
wall,
three
see what
random
sticks.
characters, and it's just like, hey,
Okay.
let's
So
put
here's a
together.
synopsis. Synopsis. This is a
Snaps.
Synopsis.
synopsis. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the Unseen assembles his new team of exiles. He was once Nick Fury. Now he can only watch the Earth from its moon. When a new
Now
threat
he's
emerges,
Samuel
the Unseen
Jackson.
must act. He turns to Blink, the leader of the original exiles, who makes a team of Kamala Khan, Iron Lad, Wolvie, and a mysterious unnamed final teammate who is Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. And together they'll take on Exile's most sinister enemy yet. Okay, so that's, yeah.
This just seems like a giant mishmash of ideas.
I'm excited for it. I think they're pretty cool. It could be terrible, because this is Marvel we're talking about. But
Or it could be good, because it's Marvel we're talking about.
either or. Anyways, I think that's all we can talk about there. And now, honestly, I think we've been going on for a hot minute. And I think we're going to start closing it down now.
I have one topic I have to talk about.
Oh, Column.
I might
free.
be the only one who cares about it. But any of you guys read Saga?
No.
I have the first. I have the first book, but I haven't read it yet. I'm saving it for a rainy.
Well, any of you guys listen to Hamilton?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay, they're both two of my favorite. Anyway, so the writers of Saga,
Brian K. Vaughan.
Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, since she has some input on it, and she's the artist. Anyway, they are not open to an adaptation in movie form, but they are open to a musical adaptation. If the guy who did Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda,
That would be
Do it.
that would be amazing. I want that.
If Saga wasn't weird enough, make it.
I want to see Saga the musical right up there next to the Battle Pope musical.
It's gonna be just like Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, that masterpiece.
Oh boy, it's gonna be just up there with Star Kids' Holy Musical Batman. It's gonna be great.
Holy Musical
Honestly,
Batman was funny.
I love that musical so much. But yeah, that's Lin-Manuel direct. Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm not Batman because I want to be Batman. I am Batman because I am the Bat.
did you guys finish the
Man.
topic without me?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so I think we're gonna
Yes,
close
so
out because God knows we've been
wait,
going on
wait,
for so
wait,
long.
Wait,
Oh.
one last thing.
Okay, Colin, we'll appease you with your last second topics. Maybe you should have brought these to me earlier.
Well, nobody was gonna care.
Nobody
Lin-Manuel.
cares now.
I care.
I care a little bit. I'm offended that you didn't do this earlier.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is a fan of Saga too. So this may be, there's a slight chance it might happen.
Honestly, I'm down. I'm down.
I
I'm
would love
down
to see
for
it.
as many comic book musicals as there can be.
We
Same.
need more comic book musicals. I demand more.
You know, I'm going to direct one. I'm gonna do I'm gonna
Oh,
do
man.
Shirtless Bear Fighter the musical.
Shirtless Bear Fighter. Oh man.
Oh,
do-
right.
you should-
Let's do Southern
I mean,
Bastards the musical. That would
Shame.
I
be
think
fun.
the DCEU should just pack it up and go home. The DCEU's had its run, but DC has an untapped market. The
It has
musical market. Who needs a DCEU when you just can do the DCMU, the DC Musical Universe?
You
Oh no! Look at Stark
go
side.
save
He's gonna
the
come
world.
destroy Earth. Boom, boom.
I am the knight. I'm Batman. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Anyways, this
yeah.
has been the Comics Meal Podcast episode 2 because thank you if you've listened to it for this long because God knows we need it. it's been a fun
We don't
ride.
need anyone.
No one listened this long.
Thank you so much for my guests who have joined us on this endeavor. Columbox, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me. Just go to the search bar. Or
Any search bar, just go to Google, look up Columbox, you'll find him.
And you'll find me. There is
Okay.
You can
No one
find
is
me
stupid
on
enough
the
to
front
have
of
a
the feature
stupid name
page
like
every other day.
Wow, humble brag. Robin the Girl Wonder, where can they find you?
If
You can
alone in
find
a
my
forgotten
comments
chat
under the
saying that
Robin
she is
Girl
bored.
Wonder, and I'll be constantly saying I'm bored on the Robin.
Okay. And I'm Croc, and
you can find him in the All Members tab. He's the first one down.
Yep, that's me. I'm working on the
Finally,
Batman
that
audio
guy.
series still. If that's ever gonna come out, will it come out?
7 years from now.
Maybe, maybe not.
In approximately 7 years. If you're
Still-
interested in the Batman
It's gonna
audio
be a
series,
musical.
It's gonna be a musical.
Still more interesting than Gambit.
If you're interested in the Batman audio series, just go on my profile and look at the. We so bad at this. If you're interested in looking at the Batman audio series, or if you're interested in playing a part,
They did a
still doing
trailer.
casting. Yeah, we did a trailer. You can look on that on Amino or on YouTube. We're still casting for characters. If you want to be Oracle, Barbara Gordon, she's a character.
I'd love to.
And a column, I'll get you hooked up. You can play Oracle.
I'd love to see his Oracle.
Anyways, this has been the Columns to Me podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you've had a good one. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I think we are. Join us not next week, but the week after next week, for another tantalizing episode of the Columns to Me podcast. Bye-bye. Are you guys gonna say bye?
Bye.
Okay, let's do
No,
it
I
again.
don't want to say goodbye.
Three.
I'm here forever.
2,
See you never.
1. Bye-bye.
Make them bring me back.
That was amazing. I don't like that one. We can do it one more time. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye. Perfect. Jeez, guys.